Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 7 of Rock Solid Summit Blue. I'm Corinne Muth.
I'm Stephen Mason, and it's been a very wild week of women's athletics here on Rocky Top.
Yes, it has. It's been quite exciting, up and down, to say the least.
Exciting, depressing, exciting. It's been all over the place.
We're experiencing emotional roller coasters daily.
And as we do normally, we'll just catch you up on the main action that's been happened here on Rocky Top in the past week, starting with our women's basketball team. It's been a very tumultuous week for the Lady Vols.
It has.
They kicked off the week at number 3 South Carolina, where they're handed their worst defeat in program history.
Very
93
unfortunate game.
to 50, a 43-point loss.
Rough.
And that, of course, led to a lot of questions about Kim Caldwell. This is her second year here on Rocky Top. Was her program working? Was her plans working? Is her system working? Does it work at the Division I level? Does it work against high-level teams? Mm-hmm. All these questions are being asked of her.
Yes. She, in the last couple of press conferences that she's done, she has kind of just looked like she wants to give up.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of all over the place. I mean, I'll just drop some quotes in here from her. Starting with something that she said right after the historic loss on Sunday. She said, "We just had a lot of quit in us tonight. And that's been something that's been consistent with our team, is when we're not comfortable and things don't go our way. And I have had a team that'll just quit on you, and you just can't do that in big games. You can't do that anytime in the SEC, but you certainly can't do it at a program like this." So that's pretty much a coach sitting there and calling out her players pretty directly that they just have a lot of quit.
Yeah, and she's right. You can't, especially this late in the season, you can't do that in the SEC. Also, Tennessee women's basketball is arguably one of the top basketball programs.
Yeah, I'd say that in UConn.
Yeah, that in UConn. And she's right. You can't have any quit. And she's emphasized that they've struggled to kind of get it together the past couple weeks. But with the biggest loss to South Carolina, they did pull off a win.
They did. But, if we just sit on this, press conference for a little bit, because my biggest problem with it is obviously they had a lot of quit, but to just call your team out like that in public, I don't think that was the most mature thing to do.
Yeah.
Especially if your team has a lot of quit, and we've talked about it a few times, before the Mississippi State game, they showed up late to warm-ups.
Yeah.
The coaches knew about it, and they knew it was a problem before the game, and then they went in and lost that game. So for a coach to just call out, at a certain point, the buck just starts and stops with the coach. It's her responsibility to set the environment in her locker room. And if your team is consistently falling short of, effort and basic things like that, that kind of comes back on the coach more than anybody else.
Yeah.
And that has led a lot of I think is relatively fair criticism for Kim Caldwell. She is a young, very young coach. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's only her second stop as a head coach at the D1.
Yes.
Marshall, and then the massive jump here to the University of Tennessee. But it had just a lot of questions have been asked about her competence and her ability to lead this team.
Control
of the locker room. Yes.
Yeah, how she's got control over the team. And, in the past couple of press conferences, she said, we need someone to step up. We need someone to step up. But, at what point do you draw the line and, either you
force them.
Yeah, you force someone to step up or, you as a coach, D1 coaches already got a lot of stuff going on. But, you got to kind of take an initiative to pull your team together because clearly something's not working.
Right. And she kind of reflected this change. I don't have the quote in front of me, but in her midweek press conference before the Missouri game, she was talking about how she's not being the nice coach anymore. She's going to be the tough coach. And I think that just shows her how she's grown as a coach because that is if you're that young, I don't know her exact age, but if you're that young, it's going to be hard for the players to naturally respect you.
Yeah.
So you have to come in there with authority more than you'd be comfortable with. And I can kind of relate to this. 37 years old.
Oh, 37. Yep.
So only about,
Yeah, that's a young coach.
They're a very young coach. For my experiences, for example, going into a classroom and teaching a bunch of teenagers, they're only 7 or 8 years younger than me. You have to come in there as a nastier person than maybe you'd like to be.
Yeah.
Just to assert your authority, and then you're able to set.
Yeah,
the tone.
you can't.
You can't put yourself at the same level as them. And I think that's very much the same as when you're in a locker room and the coach trying to manage it.
Yeah, you can't be their friend.
No.
As much as you want to be their friend, you can't, because then your team gets lazy, or they don't listen to you once you want to.
They don't respect you.
Yeah, provide some kind of authority. I don't know about you, but the quote that you just read, the one where she had a lot of quit in the team or whatever. It sounds, how like people can be like media trained, that sounded like a very not like press media trained answer.
I don't think you say that. I don't think you say that.
Yeah, they don't think so either. And I mean, I watched like the clip when she said it, and she was just kind of like shaking her head and like throwing her hands up, not like up high, but just like, her body language was just very like, I don't know what to do at this point. So.
Which is not what you want. But, I mean, we'll give her credit for now, because she did manage to turn the team around. And, they came out and absolutely dominated Missouri. Interesting side storyline was that Missouri's new head coach this year is Kelly Harper, former Lady Vol. She coached a team from 2019 to 2023, I believe. Took Tennessee to 5 straight NCAA tournaments. Didn't get very far in the tournaments, and obviously the standard at Tennessee is to be great, not just to be good.
Yeah.
So they ended up, interesting enough, Kelly Harper got fired right after the team lost on a buzzer beater to South Carolina. And you have that contrasted with this absolute blowout at South Carolina's hands.
Yep.
But I thought it was very interesting because, I was there for the first half of the game yesterday, and like the Tennessee fans are very welcoming, and a big standing ovation for Kelly Harper when she's being introduced.
Oh, good.
A lot of love being shown her way.
Oh, good.
But
I watched the game on TV, but not. I wasn't in the arena, but that's good that they were welcoming to her.
Yeah. But then, of course, the game unfolded, and it was. There wasn't any doubt from the beginning, and the final score was, I believe, it was 98-53. So do that math, a 45-point win for the Lady Vols. Flip the script, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's the team has been back and forth this year, and like they have performed well against teams they're supposed to perform well against. It's been, when they're competing at those top 5, top 10 teams, that's when they've really stumbled.
Yeah.
But if we just go to some of the quotes from Kim Caldwell after yesterday's game, maybe it reflects a little bit on the turn that this team potentially. I mean, I think it's a bit early to say that they made the turn, but we'll see after this weekend. But after last night game, Coach Caldwell said, they absorbed the South Carolina loss pretty quickly. We had an off day, and by the end of the next day, we were moving on. We were moving forward, and I think they did a great job with that. And then she talked about how the team actually saw all 40 minutes through. They
didn't, quit after halftime or
didn't quit. You didn't see them get comfortable. They were playing hard right throughout, which is
they
a
were.
good thing to see.
Yeah. Yeah, they looked last night they looked really put together. And they kind of, they looked like a team other than, the South Carolina game and just a couple games before that. They've just kind of looked like they're just playing.
Yes.
They didn't really, sounds weird, but they didn't look like they liked each other,
I mean, you're not wrong with that.
Yeah. So last night was worlds different from, obviously the South Carolina game and then the games previously before that. So
big turnaround. Obviously, they have a huge matchup coming in this weekend against number 4 Texas. They'll be coming to Rocky Top Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. And that'll be interesting. Texas will be a little bit angry. I think they just came. They're coming off a 16-point loss to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt's a very good team, number 5 in the country. So they notched a top 5 victory. But I think Texas will be a very motivated team. And interestingly enough, I watched some clips from the Texas's coach's press conference, and what he said was very similar to what Kim Caldwell said after the South Carolina loss. Like, my team never seen a team with so much quit.
When they lost to Vanderbilt?
When they lost to Vanderbilt yesterday. So I think that's very interesting. And
interesting.
Very motivated Texas team coming into Rocky Top, I think.
Yeah. They're Texas is always one of the number 1 programs in the country for a lot of things, volleyball, basketball. They're always
solid athletics.
They're always solid in volleyball, basketball. So I think they'll definitely be eager coming into Thompson Bowling on Sunday.
Very interesting matchup.
For sure.
Very. I'll be in the building, so if you people listening, if you're interested, follow at WTK Sports, and I'll be posting live updates and analysis during the game, and then I'll be there with a story afterwards. It should be a fun watch. I'm excited for it.
I will not be at the game, but I will be watching it on my TV.
It should be a good game. Hopefully, the Food City Center is rolling. It wasn't. I mean, the atmosphere wasn't terrible last night. The student section was quite empty, but hopefully more folks show up.
Oh, there was a bunch of date parties last night, like for sororities and stuff. Because my apartment complex sounded like a rave.
Oh.
It was insane.
In the middle of the week. I don't know why people wait for Friday.
I don't either. I mean, I don't know. Anyways, I just was like.
I mean, there's a lot of free food being passed out in the student section. That was for last night.
Oh well.
For those who showed up.
Yeah, well, it sucks for the people who went to the date parties because they didn't get free food.
but we'll see how they do against Texas. You know, this team Tennessee has struggled against top ranked opponents throughout the season. I mean, we can go right back to the very beginning of the season when
NC State.
When they went out and play, kicked off the season against NC State, who is not ranked right now, I guess. I guess they've stumbled down the stretch. They were ranked at the time they played. The two teams played each other. Then they played at currently ranked number 2 UCLA. They lost to them. Played Louisville, number 9 Louisville, in the Big Apple. Lost to them. Pretty much every ranked team they've played thus far, they've lost to, besides Alabama. And they knocked off Kentucky. But all the top, all the top, 10 teams they played.
Yeah, UCLA.
And a lot of those losses have been just downright ugly. Like UConn game, not even close. Obviously, South Carolina game, not even close. Yeah. Louisville game it was hardly a game. I mean,
no.
It was deceptively close at halftime, but like the way that they're being dominated on the boards, it wasn't sustainable. And then Louisville blew it wide open in the second half. So we'll see. I mean, this Texas game will be a prove-it moment for this team. They do have injuries, though, plaguing the team. One of the I need to get her name correctly, but one of the
I think that
Maya Podwell did not play last night, and very well could not be playing. Kim Cadwell did not have an update on her health at yesterday's post game, so. We'll see if she's able to return, make the start on Sunday. But that'll be an interesting story to watch because given Kim Caldwell's system, that it takes everybody to you need 10 competitive bodies to be good with this style.
And they need to be healthy.
Yes, healthy because you're running. I mean, it is.
Yeah. So Tennessee will play Texas, and then they have Ole Miss.
Next week's schedule is brutal. Because of the ice storm, they have 4 games in 7 days, kicking off this Sunday against Texas, and then
Tuesday Ole Miss.
Tuesday at Ole Miss, number 14 Ole Miss, I believe.
Yes, 14.
14 Ole Miss, and then Texas A&M, not very good team. I mean, they're in the SEC, so you can't take them for granted, but they're second from the bottom. They come to the Food City Center on Thursday, and then Sunday they go to at number 10 Oklahoma. So that's a pretty brutal week.
That's a brutal week of travel and just, oh my goodness.
A lot of tough games. I mean, 3 out of the 4 games are going to be really tough.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, the foot does not come off the gas. Like, they finish out the season at number 6 LSU, and then number 5 Vanderbilt comes to the Food City Center on March 1st to finish off the season before the SEC tournament starts. So it's going to be a really, really tough schedule.
Yeah, and they're going to need everybody healthy.
Oh, yes.
For all of these.
I mean, starting off this Sunday, I don't even need to see the team win this Sunday. I just want to see, like, a close game.
Yeah, you want to see some competitiveness. Yes. Yeah.
When you're in these tough games, when things aren't, because when you're playing a team like Texas, things are not going to go your way the whole time.
No.
And can they stay? Especially the third quarters have been very hit or miss for this Tennessee team this year. So, like, can you keep it together? Can you keep it rolling, come out of the half? And, can you put a full 4 quarters together against one of the top teams in the country? That's what if they get the win, that's huge. Because they are the top 16 teams. The NCAA is going to release their top 16 teams this Saturday, I believe, and those top 16 teams host the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament. So,
yes, that's right.
And Tennessee is right now they're 22 in the AP poll, but they're a lot higher. I saw them 16 in a net ranking. So it'll be interesting to see where they're at, but they're going to need to get some quality wins on their resume if they want to compete
Yeah, they're going to have to win at least 4 or 5 of these games.
Yeah, which is get tough. Like I said, no,
yeah.
4 of the last 6 are against top 10 teams. And then you have Ole Miss, who's a top 50 team. Texas A&M is like the only kind of dud out there.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a really tough stretch.
I always forget that LSU is good.
They're so good.
I'm like have been getting confused because I've been looking at the men's rankings or not the men's rankings because we talked about it like on the nighttime radio show the other night. So I was looking at the men's rankings, and I was like, wait, LSU was like the bottom of the SEC last time I checked, but that's men's, not women's. But I'm just like getting
Kim Mulkey numbers. Has her team together.
Yes,
Kim
Mulkey, that's who the coach is. Yeah, she's
very interesting character.
Yes, she's
very big personality.
Energetic for sure.
I was just watching Kim Caldwell like last night. Because I've never really seen her. I mean, I've gone to a lot of like the women's games. I haven't seen like her style of coaching, and it's a very active style, like all the way up and down the half of the court and just yelling, and it's a lot to watch.
Yeah.
Very. I mean, I think she sees it in many ways as I wouldn't say she's coaching for her life right now, but
yeah.
You go on Ball Twitter. There's people calling for because like the standard at Tennessee is not to be good at women's basketball,
right?
To be great,
yeah. To show up.
Kelly Harper, she was good when she was here. You know, got the team to the NCAA tournament every single year, but that's not the standard at Tennessee.
Right.
I never thought that they'd like maybe consider firing her after this year if it turned into a dumpster fire towards the end. It's only her second year. And
right. Yeah, I don't. You see, that's kind of hard because if you think about the cards they've been dealt this season, then, you know, I feel like firing her at the end of the season would not be like a reasonable, you know, because at the beginning of the season, Ruby Whitehorn.
Yes.
Right. You know, she got dismissed from the team. She had some criminal charges and
very messy situation.
Yeah, very, very sticky situation. But, you know, she got released and then that was your leader, you know. She was
scorer.
Yeah. And so you lose your leadership, you lose, you know, your arguably your scorer, your lead scorer. So I don't think it would be smart to fire her this season just because of what they've been dealt.
I mean, I still have a lot of questions on her locker room management, especially
100%.
If you have a situation like, you know, Ruby Whitehorn, who they did give like a second chance, like she had messed up before.
That's true. They did give her a second chance.
And just looking down, like they do have a very young coaching staff too. So I'm like wondering. I mean, you obviously can't really compare women's basketball to football. Like they're two very, very different sports.
Right.
Like what the football team did this offseason, you know, got rid of some of the old coaches, brought in a more experienced like defensive coordinator, which is especially like not Josh Heupel's area of expertise. I think
because we could not play defense this year to save our life.
But like I think that like it would be Kim Caldwell would be smart to try to find an experienced assistant coach, someone who's been around college basketball, been around student athletes for a long time, to just try to help her out and like through these like really messy situations. Yeah, and also to help her like get control of the locker room.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I mean, we don't know what happens in the locker room, but is it like are they dismissive? Like, what is she just like not that? I mean,
all I'm saying is her team showed up late to warm-ups for a game, and like they felt that like that was okay.
Yeah,
like that's like in no world is that anywhere close to being acceptable. Like,
no, especially here.
Oh, absolutely. Like, and a lot of them are actually getting paid to do that. Like, you can't show up late to work.
Yeah, true.
Like,
I forgot they get NIL money.
Like, what are we actually doing?
Yeah.
Like that in no way can that be acceptable ever.
Yeah, no. NIL money is name, image, likeness.
Yes. So I don't know what's going on in the locker room. Like, I can't say, but like, it doesn't from the outside. It doesn't look great. It does not look great.
It does not.
So like I think she would be smart to like bring in someone who has experience.
Yeah, for
someone
sure.
older, because I mean, looking down like the list of her coaches, they all look very young.
Yeah,
which is a good. I mean, it's good in many ways. You bring the young energy stuff, but I think also just have an experience, have a solid, person.
Yeah, you need to have like a rock. Yeah, you need to have like a core, someone who really knows basketball
And those students, because they're I mean, they're adults, but they're not. I mean, the brain's only fully developed. Like they're still like maturing individuals. So
right.
Like, there is like some
they
of that.
They still have like a life outside of
the whole guy. Because I mean, I can only imagine how difficult it is to be a student athlete.
Yeah.
You have a lot going on. You're like a lot of pressure on you too. But like to have someone who's like can help guide them through that, especially if they're like making big mistakes, like.
Yeah.
Will be Whitehorn did.
And
like,
if they're taking as many units as the rest of us are, like I could not play a D1 sport and take 16 units.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. But so I definitely give them a lot of credit for that. But yeah, I agree with you, and I think some older
presence in that locker room could be very beneficial.
Yeah.
That's women's basketball, and I think next week we'll kind of dive into it a little bit more, just because it will be right before postseason starts. So that's kind of been this last. It was a down and an up week, and let's see how we end it. If we just keep the upward curve against Texas, or if we
keep going up,
go over the hump and down, back down the hill we go. I mean, that's the other way.
When does the NCAA release the 16?
Saturday, I believe.
Oh, okay.
So it will be before their Texas game, so that's not gonna.
Oh, okay, got it.
But we'll see. We'll see how they do.
Do they like release the rankings and stuff, though?
I don't know if they do a full 25 or if they just do top 16. I think volleyball, if I'm comparing, like when volleyball did it, midway, they also just did the top 16.
Yeah, they did.
So.
Because we didn't make it.
No, we didn't.
No.
We were, yeah.
Yeah, no. We were like 19 or something. Yeah.
I mean, now it brought up volleyball. Caroline Kerr, the setter, was honored yesterday at the game for her academic performance in the classroom.
Oh, nice.
That was cool to see, and a lot of her teammates were out at Food City Center too last night. So just
nice.
It's not volleyball season. We're very far away from that. We're just gonna put that out there.
Yeah. And she's playing a 5th year.
Yes, she'll be back next year. I think she'll really be like the core of that team. And it was
very
interesting to see, because there's a lot of the new faces from the volleyball team with a lot of the old faces that stayed around, like Chelsea Sutton and people like that. Mackenzie Plante was there.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember that. And then there was a bunch of the new players too. So
yeah,
it's cool to see that.
I'm trying to think. I know we're not supposed to be talking about volleyball, but did Peyton Chapman enter the transfer portal? I know some of them entered the transfer portal. A lot.
7. I would have to go down a list again, but I know 7. We lost 7 players out of the transfer portal.
I do remember that.
So I mean, that was like right after we're gonna get stuck, kind of get sidetracked right now.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was like it for Iraq and Watt. I thought with that many players leaving, like something big was going on, but it ended up not being the case.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, 2 of our players went pro. Hayden and Claudia. So
yep, and I also saw Gulce also got.
Oh yeah,
I think she's playing.
Portugal.
No, Claudia. Yeah, was Claudia playing in Mexico?
No, Claudia's playing in like Poland.
Okay.
Or something.
I saw one of them playing some.
And
Mexico
then Hayden's playing in San Diego,
yes.
And then
maybe Gigi's playing in Mexico.
Maybe.
I saw one of them went to Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Can't remember which one though. Or is it Spain? I don't know.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Rain is
one of those warmer.
I would have thought she'd say in Turkey though, because Turkey's a really good.
Yeah, I would think so
really
too.
Really good professional volleyball leagues.
Yeah.
That all used to be like where all the Americans went, because America didn't really have. We're getting way off topic here, but like there's like 3 professional volleyball leagues in America, and I think they do themselves a huge favor if they consolidated them.
Yeah.
Like one league, cause it's
for sure.
And cause I think like volleyball has like a lot of room to grow as a professional sport, especially for a women's sport, because you don't have the competition of like trying to compete with a men's version of it. Like the WNBA is competing with like the NBA, or you have like the women's soccer league competing at the MLS. Like volleyball, like you kind of have the whole market to yourself.
Yeah, so. I don't. Is there a men's professional league?
Men's volleyball's near. Like I think volleyball's like the one sport where the women's is more popular than the men's.
Yeah, probably.
Like at any level,
more fun.
It is. I agree, dude.
Yeah,
like, they do put a better product out on the court. It's more entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
That's their sidetrack of the day.
And I honestly think we only have a men's team in the Olympics.
Yeah, there is there's definitely some college teams have them. Like UCLA.
Oh
really
yeah,
good,
oh
Long
yeah,
Beach.
yeah. Oh yeah, the college teams,
Yeah.
but I mean like
I don't know
semi-professional.
leagues. Yeah, I'm not
I don't
sure
know
about
any
that.
professional ones either.
Yeah, but that's our little
Anyways, welcome
sidetrack.
to our sidetrack.
All right.
Welcome to our train off the
Tracks.
rails.
All right, check basketball, check volleyball. Didn't have that on my bingo card for today, but I think we'll move quickly on to
softball.
They have been tearing it up, and
Women's
currently,
softball.
as we record this, they're in the bottom of the 7th against number 11 Nebraska, winning 4-1. So, can they keep this perfect start to their season rolling?
I sure hope so.
They had some massive wins last week. They beat BYU, who's a very good team in run rules. BYU is just outside the top 15. They beat number 21 Liberty 6-1. They beat Rutgers 9-1. They beat Boston College 6-0, and they beat Oregon, number 5 team in the country, 2-0. Nice. They moved up in the rankings to number 3, I believe.
Yes,
yep,
number 3.
Mm-hmm. And this weekend they have a whole slate kicking off today against number 11 Nebraska in the Clearwater and the Shriners Children's Clearwater Invitational. Then later tonight they play James Madison. They're not ranked. Then tomorrow, doubleheader, number 23 Florida Atlantic, number 6 UCLA.
I'm gonna watch that game.
Those both could be. UCLA's a rematch from Nebraska's a rematch from the regionals, I think, because Nebraska came to town, and then UCLA's a rematch from Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, Sunday, they finish off the weekend at 8 p.m. on ESPN, so national television, against number 7 Florida State. So that's just a wild. There's a lot of good teams in that, and some shocking results. I'm just trying to go off my memory, but I think Clemson's number 7 in the country right now. They've lost 3 matches already, including to Texas State, who's not ranked.
Oh, interesting.
So there's been some wild upsets. Georgia and Nebraska, I believe, yesterday had a very thrilling game. Nebraska, I believe, they were sending the winning run home, and they got tagged out at the plate, or the tying run at home. Mm-hmm. So, there's been some exciting action all across the Clearwater area, I guess. I'm not sure where they play these games, but that's a great tournament. A lot of really good teams at it.
Texas Tech is number 1 right now.
Okay.
Texas Tech, and then Texas, University of Texas, us, Tennessee, 4 Oklahoma, 5 Florida.
So, Caroline Pickens looks like she's tearing it up again today.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like our listeners care because this will be published a very long time ago, but they're the 2 outs at the bottom of the 7th, so 1 out away from clinching the win.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love watching them.
And then, I think it's worth mentioning, we don't really talk about women's tennis that much because, they're only just getting their season started, but they are climbing up in the rankings. I believe they're up to number 11 in the country, looking really strong this year, and they have their home opener on February 18th, I believe, which is next Friday. So
nice. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's another women's team to just kind of pay attention to. Track and field looks really solid, too. The swimming and diving, that's actually, I think it's
swim and dive.
Yes.
I really like them.
They're actually coming, the SEC tournaments here on UT's campus next weekend, I believe, or next week.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be fun to watch, see how they do.
It's here, like they're
here,
doing
it's
it
at the
here?
Allen Jones Aquatic Center. So.
Oh, okay. Do we know who's? Do we know who they're?
I think it's just like a big old mash.
It's
of like
just a big everybody
against,
team.
I think so. Everyone's competing against everybody else.
I know that's how they do like swim meets and stuff, but I never. I swam, but I cannot get like the swimming, like the scores and stuff.
Oh, it's
like
it's like
it's so confusing to me.
Yes, February 16th, which is Monday, and February 21st will be the SEC championships for men and women.
Okay.
But yeah, they finished off their regular season at Duke, or with a dual meet against number 20 Duke. They won that. They've had some really. They beat number 7 Georgia.
Oh yeah.
They've looked really good this year.
They do. All of our women's sports are doing pretty good, with the exception of basketball.
We'll see. Basketball I think has potential to do good.
Oh,
Whether or not
100%.
they do good is, I'm not sure what the ceiling is of this team because they're kind of hit or miss.
Yeah.
What you get on any given week. So we'll. I think. Sunday will be like the big prove it moment, I think, for me at least. Like,
I'm really rooting for them on Sunday.
Like, how are you going to show up? 'Cause, 3 Sundays in a row going back to, well, I guess it was 2. This will be the 3rd in a row. You're playing a top 5 team, starting with Connecticut. Last Sunday was against South Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
Both those games were on national television. UConn was on Fox.
Yeah.
South Carolina was on ABC. It was one of the highest rated women's basketball game of the season thus far, and both of those were absolutely embarrassing for this Lady Vols brand. So
Yep.
I'm not sure if where the game. We'll check that for you where you can find the game on.
We will bring
Sunday.
many more updates because they're playing many more games.
Yeah, it looked like it'll be on ESPN. I'm not sure if
week.
it's on ABC or if it's on ESPN, but they'll also be nationally televised. So let's see how they do.
It's probably on ESPN.
I mean, it's the primetime slot on Sunday afternoons. Sometimes those games. I'm gonna go. You can talk about something and I'll.
I feel like everything is always on ESPN, but we have
well,
ESPN Plus.
They always have that slot on Sunday afternoons for a women's basketball game that's at 3 at ABC.
Yeah. While Steven finds what channel it's going to be on, I'm going to kind of just preview at the week ahead what we've got going on. Saturday, softball versus number 23 Florida Atlantic. That's the Clearwater Invitational that they're at right now. So they'll be playing there in Florida for the rest of the weekend. Number 6. Oh, and then that's the doubleheader with UCLA. Number 6 at 4 p.m. And then on Sunday, the Lady Vol basketball team will play Texas at 3 p.m. here on Rocky Top.
And that will be on ABC. Just check that. So that's a 3rd weekend in a row that Lady Vols basketball is on national televiation.
All right.
So hopefully they don't embarrass themselves again.
Redemption.
Redemption.
3rd
weekend. Time's a charm, as they always say.
Yeah. Yeah, 3rd time's a charm. And then you have softball also on Sunday against number 7 Florida State at 8 p.m.
And then Tuesday, the Lady Vols basketball team keeps it rolling at number 17 Ole Miss, and that game will be at 7 p.m. Thursday will be Lady Vols basketball again. They will host Texas A&M at 7:30, and then to round off the week, softball will be at the UAB Invite, so they'll be playing the University UAB and Missouri on Friday. That weekend should be a little more low key for the softball team. There's not a whole lot,
Softball's got a lot of tournaments and invitationals and classics, and
I think next weekend the UAB tournament's a little more chill. No ranked opponents. Not any big teams really. Then they have
the Mid-State
the Tennessee.
Classic.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's a little harder. Florida, Ole Miss, South Carolina, Kentucky.
Yeah, then their regular season gets going, and then that'll be
SEC play.
Yep.
Softball season is so long.
It's long, but it's actually. Not like compared to baseball. Like looking at the schedule, it's a lot shorter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's not because they have a lot. I guess they could pack most of their non-conference schedule into these weekends where you're playing like 2 games a day. So I guess that kind of separates it from like baseball. It's not a bad idea to do it. Like right now, today we are having our baseball season kicking off. Luckily today the weather is looking really nice.
It's very sunny.
Almost 60 degrees and sunny. So we'll take it, but it's still February.
Yeah.
So tomorrow's not looking great,
No.
and then Sunday looks absolutely miserable. So it's not really.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain all day Sunday.
Yeah, I'm kind of bracing myself because I'm covering the men baseball game tomorrow afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping to go to the basketball game in the evening, but if the baseball game turns into a doubleheader, which they might move the Sunday game to Saturday.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Dang.
But that's why, they're smart to be playing their games down in Clearwater, Florida, not in Knoxville, Tennessee at this time of year.
Seriously. Where it's a little on the chilly side. Yeah. But we are supposed to, here's your weather report we are supposed to get into the
next week looks really nice.
Yeah, like mid-60s. Cloudy, but
I'll take it.
I'll take it. I'll take the mid-60s.
At least winter is behind us, knock on wood. Knock on wood.
Yeah, seriously. I'm ready to not wear 8 jackets when I walk to class. Look like the abominable snowman in my beanie, and everyone's looking at me like,
what are you doing?
Why is this girl wearing so many clothes? I'm
it's
cold. I'm cold.
It is cold.
Sorry. Yeah. Well.
All right. I think I'll wrap up our episode number 7 of Rock Solid Summit Blue podcast. We'll see you next week.